Paper. So I just got back from the store, and it was as I expected. They didn't have a size 14. Um, but I did get myself a nice, comfy pair of slippers since I kind of need them, and I had to get myself a new doorknob because once that door closes, like if I close the door right now and all that, I'm not gonna be able to get out. It doesn't work on this side anymore. It only works on the other side. So I ended up getting myself a nice shiny new doorknob with a key, so that way I can lock it on that side when I leave, and it also locks on the inside. So yeah, I think it was the. Luckily, doorknobs are cheap. It was. I think this one was like $10. It was a nice. It's a nice silver one. I mean, which doesn't really go with the door because as you can see, oh, you can't really see it. Hang on. You can see it's like a bronze color, but it's like a dark brown bronze color. But at least I get a new door. At least I have a new doorknob. I really needed one. There was one point where I had to bust through my closet because there was the wall in there. There was like really no wall. It was just like this large piece of wood that was like nailed to the middle part. But I had to bust through there and go through the front of the house because my fucking door was closed and I couldn't open it and no one was here. So I had to go through the closet to. It's fucking stupid. But so at least I have a new doorknob and I have some comfy new slippers. I just ordered. Actually, I think they're a really cool, nice pair of boots. Steel toe boots like I need. They're waterproof, slip proof. So I mean, the whole shebang. And they're like they're black, not combat boots, but they look really cool. So pretty happy about those. But it's just hard finding something size 14. You know. Um, but I went to Walmart because I had checked all the other stores at one point. Like there's a Supply, about to say Tractor Supply, Tractor Supply, and when I worked over at Dollar Tree, I went in there mainly just to use the bathroom. But I was taking a look at the boots. Not only are they super expensive over there, like well over 100, but they didn't have size 14. So um, I don't think we have a Payless or anything around here anymore. Um, and then there was that other shoe store. We had another shoe store around here, I think. But yeah. And then I went online last night to look up shoe sizes and boots. And even on the Walmart site, the highest they really went up to was like 12, 13, which I'm not a size 13. I could possibly fit into a size 13, but it would be extremely tight. And not to mention when you're doing that kind of work like factory stuff, your feet are gonna swell up. So imagine how comfortable it is. You're already in a tight shoe, and then your feet swell up. So I'm a size 14, but I guess there's not much of a demand for size 14 shoes. I mean, even people my height, I'm 6'4", and they're like, "You've got some big ass feet." Oh, I coughed. I had the cough. No, I don't like coughing in front of anyone anymore because just because of that. If you start coughing, they're gonna look at you like you've got coof or something. It's like, no, I'm just coughing, coughing, coughing. So, like, if I'm in public, I try not to cough because I don't want people. "Ah, he's got the coof. Do you have your vaccination?" I went there and I was starving. I'm still starving right now. But they had a Subway, but they fucking closed Subway down. And it's not because it wasn't getting business. It's because of fucking coof. It's so fucking stupid. This freaking thing has made people so stupid. So I mean, I went in there thinking, oh yeah, as soon as I'm done, I rode with SCUSA, which is the public transportation, and I'm like, oh yeah, it'll take them a little while to get there. I can go in there and go to Subway, get something to eat. No, the area, the little room that Subway was used for, it's like now a storage room. It looks like. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? We need to know. What's up with that? Hello. As soon as I put my arm out, she's gonna come. Told you. Look at that food kit. Look at that food kit. Come here. Look. She's like, no, I know what you want. Come here. Oh. Say hi, people. Say hi, people. I know. She like, why are you doing this to me? You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Like taffy, yes, sweet like taffy. Nah. She is. She's sweet. I mean, you see that she likes attention. As soon as I put my arm over, she comes rushing over to me. Isn't that right, little one? Isn't that right, little one? You guys love to seem to like her when she's here too. It's like, oh my god, you have such an adorable pussy. Your cat's pretty cute too. You want to go back over there? Go on. Get out of here, you bother me. What? Need to get some. Yeah, I need to get some more treats. I get them these. I used to buy them more of a variety, but for some reason the catnip ones are the only ones they eat now. I bought one of those, it's like one of those little things like that big. It's like a little container, with a little poppy top. They didn't eat them. These are the only ones that they eat. So, I mean, I've got to go to Dollar General again anyway. So, there's like none left in here. I mean, there's a few left, but 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. There you go, little one. Now, Sam, on the other hand, when I give him treats, I make him work for it. I've taught him how to sit. I've taught him how to give his paw. Like, when he was a kitten, I started when he was a kitten, because that's when you have to train. Even with cats, you need to train them when they're younger. But, so he knows how to sit on command, and he knows how to, you just put your hand out, he'll give you his paw. And I tried to work with her with it, but she was too stubborn. But, yeah, I trained my cat to paw and sit. Which, I mean, I know people, like, do this to their cats, and they train their cats, like, when they do this, to fall down, and... Yeah, Sam's not going to do that. I taught him the typical, the common stuff you do with dogs. Sit, paw. There, good boy. He's a good boy, though. He's a jerk, but he's a good boy. Like, he'll come in, like, for people who don't know, Sam's the black cat that's here. He doesn't show up often in my videos. It's usually Fluffy Butt. But, yeah, he'll come in, and he'll sit there on the bed and be like, meow, meow, meow. So then I move my chair over, and then he'll kind of, like, jump up, and then he'll be cuddly with me for a little bit, and then I'll give him treats. And as soon as he's done with treats, he, like, hisses at me, goes to the door to, because you can see the, right there, the lights. They kind of use that as like a doorbell or an indication that they're ready to go out. So if my door is closed, they'll go up there and they'll smack the right there, the end of the lights to let me know, hey, I'm ready to go out. So they're incredibly smart. So that's one reason why I haven't taken those lights down. It's like they don't even work, but it's the best way that they have of letting me know that I'm, need to let them out. Otherwise, they'll start scratching on the TARDIS, and I remember she did that. Yeah, right there. She did that, and she got, like, stuck, and her, like, hand was being, like, twisted around. And I'm like, don't, just hit this thing. Just smack it a few times, let me know. But they're incredibly smart. So, like I said, when they want to go out, they'll just smack it a few times, because it rubs against the wall when they smack it. And it lets me know they want to go out. But yeah, Sam will come in here, he'll be cuddly and all that, and I'll give him treats. And then after he finishes his treats, he hisses at me and runs off. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking jerk. I don't think she's ever hissed. I don't think I've ever heard her growl. I don't think I've ever heard her hiss. She's just a bundle of love. We called her a werewolf when she was a kitten because she looked like a mangy werewolf. because of the color of her fur, because it's like a really dark gray. Uh, so she looked like a werewolf when she was a baby. It looked really cool. Oh my god, I saw the. I love huskies. I was with Skusa and they had to pick someone else up, and the dude, there was a fucking husky standing on his doorstep, and it was a pretty big baby. I'm like, oh my god. My cousin had a husky, half husky, half wolf, and that thing was gorgeous. So, I think her name was Lily. Yeah, I think it was Lily, but half husky, half wolf. You can imagine when I walked in the house because we went to visit her, and when I walked into the house, I swore it was a fucking wolf because it looked more wolf than husky. But we stayed there all day, and this dog was just like with me all day. It just everywhere I went, it went. It was the first time I'd met this dog. But a half wolf, that is a. It was huge. This was a big fucking dog. It was huge. Biggest, best dog I've ever seen. You want a dog, half husky, half wolf, protected, the best dog. Who needs a wall? You have the dog. Um, but yeah, God, that dog was gorgeous. Uh, but yeah, that was a husky that I saw. I was like, oh my God, I want that dog right now. The dude also had a full bred Cocker Spaniel pup that came out, and he put it back inside. The guy who was driving said he spent like was it $1,400? I'm like, well, if it's purebred Cocker Spaniel, yeah, I can imagine him spending $1,400 on it. Um, yeah, there's a few dogs. I've always wanted a husky. I've always wanted a Great Dane. Of how large they are. They love to roughhouse, and I've always wanted a corgi, small, fluffy, great family pets, or if you're just single person. When I lived in Texas, there was a person a couple houses down who bought a corgi for his dad as like a retirement gift. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I need that dog. But corgi is definitely one of them. I've had full-bred Rottweilers. I've had a Doberman Rottweiler mix. I've had Golden Retriever. I've had uh, Dachshund. I've had a Pit Bull Terrier mix. I mean, because I used to foster uh, for dogs here, and so we had one named her name was Destiny, and she apparently been picked up from a house and she was abandoned, and she was clearly pregnant. You can tell that she was pregnant. Apparently, the story is she had to eat her babies to survive. When we got her, she was fucking emaciated, and after a month or two, we got her up to a healthy weight. Because we had to keep going back and forth to the vet. So she was really, really thin. So after about a month or so, it took a little while, but we got her up to a healthy weight, and the doctor's like, well, she definitely looks a lot better now. And then someone wanted her, so she went to her forever home. We also had two dogs at the same time, and they both had parvo at the same time. And this was back in 2013, 14. We had a microburst come through and knocked out all the fucking power. And town, we didn't have power for like 2 weeks. And we were like, hey, we've got two dogs here. They've got parvo, and it's blazing hot here, and we're not going to have power for like a while. So you got to find them different home. They're sick. They don't need to be in this burning up house. We also had one. We had one called. We named him Caligos. I mean, obviously, we're fans of World of Warcraft, so we had a few with World of Warcraft names. We have a cat named Sylvanas. Actually, I can go through my. Actually, I have an entire folder dedicated to my cats. Um, so yeah, I'm that kind of person. All right, so this is Ava. Um, she is orange tabby, obviously. We got her in 2012. We found her on the street. We were walking the dog uptown, and there she was in the middle of the street, just meow, meow, meow. She followed us all the way back to the car, and I look at my friend. I'm like, "We need to take her." She's like, "No, we don't have any room." It's like, you know what's gonna happen if we drive by tomorrow or something. We see her dead in the middle of the street. We're gonna feel bad. She's like, "Yeah, you're right." Um. Oh, yeah. There she is. I had it on the wrong screen, guys. So yeah, this is Ava. As you can see, orange tabby. Let me lower myself here. No. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I just expand. Yeah. So that's Ava. Those were Ava's kittens. So let's see. We had the two ones who looked like their daddy. His name is Mitty. You'll see him. So we had those two. They were females. We called them Amber and Ashley because, you know, when you're a pet owner, you like to give them personalities and names. And, you know, so we were like, well, they look more like their dad, and their dad's pretty prissy. So, you know, if these people, if the cats were humans, they'd be like, hey, everyone, like, my name's Amber. Hi, everyone, like, my name's Ashley. Um, so, and then we have Jaina. Yes, that's right, Jaina, like Jaina Proudmore, Jaina. So we had Jaina right there. Um, where are we? We have that might be. I think that was Illidan. I think either that one was Illidan or Biff, like Biff from Back to the Future, because he was a little butthead. We had one named Illidan and other named Biff. Um, so yeah, that was Ava's litter right there. And I was there all day, and I was helping her deliver them. And she didn't want to take care of Jaina, and we thought Jaina was going to die because she didn't want anything to do with her. But after a few minutes, she, you know, started the whole thing like she was supposed to. So we're like, okay, thank God, no dead kitten today. Um, there's Mitty Kitty. There's Mitty. There's Ava. This was Bam. He got hit. He was lounging outside across the street, and he was in the other yard, and he was in a pile of leaves, and he was sleeping. And apparently, because the road's so narrow, people were like trying to get through, and one of these fucking assholes went up onto the curb and ran him over. They found him when they found him outside. Obviously, blood fucking coming from his nose and all that. And my friend called me. He's like, "Yeah, Bam died." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" No, a little pooter dooter. See, there's Bam. That was Legolas. He died. He was old. He was like 13 years. You know, he's gonna be 13 years old, and then he had a lot of liver problems, and but he was old. I think that was Ava when she was when she was a baby. But there's Sylvanas, and there's me, me in all my glory. But that was Sylvanas when we first got her. We got Sylvanas from a couple rednecks, and when we first got her, she hardcore smelled like cigarettes. It took about 2 weeks of baths to get out of her fur. Um, there are the babies all together. There's Mitty Kitty. Yeah, that was when we first got him too. Well, not first. That was just he was a couple months. For some reason, when we first got him, his nose, I guess from where he lived before, but he was like missing a bunch of fur right there on his nose, and it was just like red and sore all the time. Obviously, it's better now. You'll see. Um, there's Sylvanas. That's not a dog. That's not a cat. That was Nessa. That was our Norwegian elk hound. We had to give her up because you know Norwegian elk hounds are really good dogs, but they require a lot of room, and we didn't have. There's no fence in the backyard, and so we couldn't just let her run outside like she wanted to. She had to be kept inside all the time. We tried to keep go for walks and everything, but even then, you know, it wasn't enough to wear her out. So we ended up giving her to someone who had like a few acres of land that she could run around in. Then they changed her name to Tessa. They said it just rolled off the tongue easier. Like Nessa, Tessa. No. Bam Lamb. So all these pictures are mostly from my friend because these are the best pictures with her little mouths open. There's me again holding my little baby. Oh yeah, my Mario shirt. I don't even know where that shirt went to. There's me. Back when I had short hair. Simpler times. There's Sylvanas. Ew! Ew, you like that, babe? Ew. Paint me like one of your French girls. Yeah, you can see this was much later on. You can see his nose. It's way better now. So that was... Yeah, there's Jaina. Little Jaina. She was so sweet. She was like the only one who's differently colored. Yeah, there she is. There's Mama. We have all the babies suckling. Like I said, when even here you can see that Jaina's the outcast. So we had Jaina, Amber, Ashley, Biff, Illidan, and I think the other one is Arthas. So yeah, we had a few dogs and cats with World of Warcraft names. A little pooter. There's Mini Kitty. He's like, I'm single, ladies. Yeah, I think this one was Illidan, because right here on his head is Illidan, if you know World of Warcraft. Illidan, his demon, it's got the horns coming out from right there. So I just said the way it looked like, you expect horns to be there instead. So, and then that one was Biff, you butthead. So you have this great picture of Ava, but then you have Sylvanas in the back photobombing it. Yeah, we had to keep them in this big old fucking dog crate because of how small they were. The house was pretty crowded because, one, we already had the cast, and there was a lot of large stuff. So luckily enough, we had a dog kennel to keep them in because, yeah, we couldn't. They were so small. Um, Sylvanas. Sylvanas is a great cat. She's really smart. Too smart for her own good. That was Pootis back in the day. That was 2008. I got him that, if I remember. It was either that or something close to it. There's Bamalam. She got fixed. It's just funnier because she's missing her teeth right there. They roughhouse a lot. Like, I think they roughhouse and now Sylvanas is like missing like not like the skin, like the dark skin that was on her nose over there because one of them swiped or they were roughhousing. And, I think Ava's got a little notched ear, like a little tiny piece of her ear gone. They like cats when they play when she's a baby. You're so sweet. Yep. And then there's more Sylvanas. They're all good, really good cats. And there's V. V is not one of ours. V is her husband's, but he's pretty old too. I think he's right up there, like around Legolas's age. But he's pretty healthy. Whenever I go over there, he's like my best friend. As soon as I walk in the door and sit down on the couch, there he is. I mean, he's the one who you didn't smack him, and, like, not like smack him as in like discipline, but like back and forth with his booty or something. He'll roll on his back, and you can actually rub his belly for ages. It seems like Bam did the same thing. Bam was an outside cat, so it's like you shouldn't be so trusting. You shouldn't be just on your back letting us rub your belly like that. But that's how much he trusted us. He also brought us presents all the time. Oh yeah, that was when I was living in... That's my mom. Can't see her face, but... we had two cats that we had taken in, and they both died of, what was it? Fading kitten disease or something like that. It's something that happens with cats when they're in, like, kennels and stuff, like with, shelters. there's always a possibility of them, fading of this fading kitten disease or something, which really sucked. But she still does this. I'll see her, and half the time she'll look over at me. She's like, I'm like, Savannah, put your tongue in your mouth. But these are all my babies, except for V. But Legolas, like me and my friend got the cats when we were together. So Mitty and Sylvanas and Ava, Pootis. Pootis has been since, like I said, 2008. No. When was that? I don't even remember where that is. Oh, I think, yeah, they were. It was Lily and Luna. Harry Potter names. My mom named them. Yeah, see, Bam was an outside cat. We also had another cat named Helena. I don't know if she's in here. Yeah, this was when he was getting really bad. You can see he extremely thin. This was like a couple days before he died. He just stayed in the corner. He got up to eat and then he, I can't remember I think it was just water in that bottle, but it was cute. Little baby Ava. I think it was the first night we had her. Yeah, I sat down, she sat down with me and she just fell asleep. Savannah when we first got her. I also like how hairy my arms, like more hairy my arms were nowadays. They're not really hairy at all. Yeah, you can see right there his nose was all red and sore. And there's Pooter Dooter. And there we go. That's look, I'm human. Get off the counter. Don't eat my food. Doo doo doo. But yeah, so there she is, still licking herself. What are you gonna do? Um so anyways, it's goddamn 27 minutes. Who knew I could rant for 27 minutes? I mean, I knew I could, I just didn't think I would. Anyways, you guys have seen my pussy. So I think that's enough. I know you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, your cats are adorable. I know. I know. I know. They know they're adorable. So, but yeah. Uh, I thought I had a picture of Caligos. I also had a golden retriever named Sakura, but she died of cancer. Um, so, and it sucked because she died in my room. We were gonna have her. I was gonna have her, put down, the very next day because obviously how bad it was. But she just died, and then she was in my room all day because I couldn't do anything with her. I wanted to bury her, but there was no way of burying her without my dad's help. Because I mean, obviously, she's a heavy dog, and not to mention I had to dig a fucking. We had to dig it was like 6 foot hole, and so I had to wait all day till my dad got back at like 11 o'clock before I could. So I just had a dead dog in my room all fucking day. And because she died in front of the door, I had to keep fucking stepping over her. I'm like, okay, this is really fucking depressing. And then even after she died, it was like she was still there because my stepmom would cook stuff and it would smell like literal dog shit. Like, if you had her, whatever she was cooking along with dog shit in front of you, you couldn't tell the difference. But there were times I'd wake up, I'm like, God damn it, Sakura! And then I realized, I'm like, oh, well, that's right. And then I go out there and I see that she's cooking, and I'm like, the fuck is that? What is she cooking that smells like dog shit? But yeah, I would wake up and I'd be so pissed off. Like I said, I'd just wake up and like, God damn it, Sakura! And then I just remind myself like, no, she's dead. It's not her shitting him in the room or something. Um, she finally laid down. But yeah, I can't remember what kind of dog Caligos was. He was a good boy though. But yeah, we had a lot of World of Warcraft named um, dogs or animals rather. So, anyways, that's it for me. I'm done ranting. You guys have seen my pussycats. You've seen the random dog that we had. So, I feel like we've gotten to know each other a lot better. Anyways, that's good for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.